I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia. Auckland rental with no kitchen advertised for working families, $450 a week. In case you haven't heard me correctly, $450 a week. This looks like the biggest opportunity of an absolute lifetime right here. So let's calculate what this is going to cost you. $450 times 52 divided by 12. $19.50 a month for a rental with no kitchen. Advertised working families. Awkward silence. All right. Landlords looking for working families to pay $450 a week rent for a property that doesn't have a kitchen. The two-bedroom flat in Auckland's Mount Roskill has received interest from several people disputing being in breach of the housing improvement regulation of 1947 AD. Property investor Sajid Bangi said kitchen will be installed if required, and he was looking for professional working families only. So let's take this per week. Let's divide this by 5 working days. Sorry, that's per month. Sorry, sir. We're going to divide this by... All right, let's go back per week. Let's do this back per week. Let's go back per week, guys. Let's do this correctly. So that's $450 divided by 5 work days. You're looking at, you need to make $90 a day. No, that's $90 net per day, but nobody panic. If you eat, some people never eat, but if you do eat, and you like stuff like internet and cable and all that other stuff, and you drive or you pay for transit. So let's multiply this by 1 point. Let's go very generously to the line, 3.5. You need to make $121 net per day, net. So that's not gross. Okay, that's what you need to be. This is provided you have no debt. This is just like you just pay the rent and food and maybe a bus pass. Is about $121 a day, roughly. But that's like a piece of fruit, a Twinkie, a banana. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's multiply this by 365 days, and this is what you need to make on average per year: $44,347. So an average wage earner should take that home. After tax, that's about 61, 65 people in New Zealand. Please weigh in on this below in the comments. So there's the add up here. 2-bedroom flat, brand new. Wow, it's brand new too. The Housing Improvement Regulations of 1974 AD sets minimum requirements for housing standards and states each property must have a room that can be used as a kitchen or kitchenette with a sink and a tap connected with usable water. Well, that's going to cost the landlord money. Why would they even consider that for other people? You know, like, come on, like, let's get real here. Anyways, I can't believe what some people try to pull nowadays. Auckland also... Okay, no, this is something else. Ooh, flatmate wanted. Auckland room for rent for $50 a week, but there's a catch. Oh, okay, we got to look at this one too. Renting in Auckland, experts warn it could get worse in 2020. It also states properties must have a bathroom with a shower or bath and running hot water, a toilet for exclusive use of those that live in the property, that means for washing clothes. Tenants Protection Association spokesperson said the property was clearly in breach of the law. Okay. Oh, this is nice. There is some gray areas around the shared facility, but this isn't one of them, she said. Property that does not have access to a kitchen is not obeying the guidelines, and therefore it's against the law. The spokesperson said the situation was reflective of Auckland's rental crisis. So the interest this illegal rental has attracted shows how desperate people are to find somewhere to live, she said. This is because wages aren't keeping up with housing costs. Wages aren't keeping up with anything. Capitalism only works if wages keep up with inflation. So if my rent's going to go this high, I should be making more so I could live a decent life. But no, that doesn't work. With more public sector jobs on the horizon, created public government jobs, it's going to put a lot of the private sector jobs on the hook for funding more police, more stuff. Experts predict the rental crisis in Auckland will get worse in 2020 as housing costs continue to rise in proportion to incomes. Rise in proportion to incomes. Following inquiries made by Stuff, Bangi said he would address the issue. Installing the kitchen is underway, and hence the property will have a kitchen prior to tenants moving in, he said. That's good. The ad posted the social networking site Neighborly, and the rental has shared water, electricity, and phone facilities, and is a short walk to a school. The average price of a 3-bedroom in Mount Roskill is $530 a week, and in Auckland regions, $552, according to Barfoot Thompson January. So at least he's putting in a kitchen. He's basically going by the rules. So this way, it's good. This way, later on, his investment it is an investment in back in the day. Housing was more about laying roots and starting a family, and it was always more expensive to rent than it was to own. Now it's reversed. The tables have reversed so badly, especially in New Zealand, with this Kiwi build with Phil Tyford and lowering, Kiwi build 100,000 homes. I think they built 16 homes and that's it. And it was an absolute disaster. So people need to make on average $44,000. Now, let's say you got a few student loans and you got a bit of debt. So let's do this. So that's $450 a week. So let's say you got a few student loans and debt. Let's multiply that by 1.66. That's the average, 1.66. So you need to make $747 per week. Okay. But that's all the bells and whistles. That's all your hydro, all your stuff paid. Then multiply that by 52, divided by 12. So you need to make on average $3,237 a month, because of 4, 8, that's 9, 1,800. Yeah, it's about $1,100 a month. I'm being generous with this too. That's about $1,900 for rent, and I'm being very generous with this because I'm only putting in $1,200 for food, hydro, electricity, student loans, and food. So I mean, if you eat cardboard, maybe you might bypass a bit of it. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's tough. It's a tough nut to crack right now in New Zealand. Guys, go to my channel. Let's look at this. Flatmate wanted Auckland room for rent for $50 a week. That's good. Now we're seeing what prices should be against wages. So let's get our trusty calculator out here. Where the heck? Whoa, what's this music coming from? All right, I want to flag my channel. All right, let's get my trusty calculator out here, guys. There. Okay, it's playing music. I don't know why. It's just randomly playing music here. Okay, so here we go. $50 a week times 52 equals that. Yeah, divided by 12. $216 a month for rent. So what is this going to get you? What's the catch? A bedroom in Auckland and a house is being advertised for $50 a week, but there's a catch. In exchange, the reduced rents, the flatmates will have to walk the family's 10-year-old to school. Wow, okay. We are a Kiwi family offering cheap or free living to someone who can help with the school drop-off. Okay, that's not that bad for a room set. The family who lives in Papakura is seeking an honest, mature female to supervise the child between 7 and 8 a.m. on weekdays. The child's school is a 5-minute walk away, so successful applicant does not need a driver's license. No experience or qualification is required. However, applicants may need to provide references to undergo a drug test. And the house was described as fully fenced, secured, large property on a nice side of Papakura. According to the latest data from Tenancy Services, the median weekly cost for a room in Papakura is $210. It is not the first time a household has offered a potential flatmate cheap rent in exchange for domestic services. This week, Another landlord was offering a room on property on Auckland's Waiheke Island for $100 per week to a woman willing to do housework and look after his dog. However, see, back in the day, people just got married, right? Or you know what I'm saying, right? And had children, and the children, well, I guess, yeah. However, Tenants Protection Association Auckland coordinator Angela warned that because such arrangements were flatmate or boarding agreements rather than tenancies, they would not be covered on the Residential Tenancy Act. That means that either party can do whatever they like, basically. These are quite often start off okay and then deteriorate, these arrangements, she said. It's not ideal arrangement, but for some people it might work. So that's what's happening, people. So careful with what you sign up for, careful for what you get into, because I mean, why can't people just live like they did 15, 20 years ago? Why did our countries open our borders and sell to the highest bidders? New Zealand is the same thing. New Zealand's not off the hook. It's also Australia, the UK, Western United States of America, from Seattle all the way down to San Diego, and then Vancouver, Canada, Toronto, all those major cities across Canada and the UK. We're on the hook for that. We're on the hook for wealthy investors. We're on the hook for students, for bringing in big cash, right? So instead of creating better jobs for locals so they could buy the house of their dreams or gain an average wage, people working an average wage since World War I, earning an average wage could get themselves a house and not have to rent. Because the table started turning after 1989, 91, 92, where renting started to become cheaper than owning. Because owning, you just own, is just so much better. You take a long term if you have to. Interest rates were semi-high, but still, you at least had your place. You had a place you could call home, you could renovate, you could do whatever you want. You don't have to walk someone's kid to school. You could have a kitchen in it if you chose to, because it's yours. Anyways, guys, for my friends down in New Zealand, thanks for watching. Go ahead and please share this video. If you guys want to see more New Zealand cool stuff, go to my channel, go to the magnifying glass on my channel, and then type in New Zealand. Hundreds of New Zealand videos I made for you guys. The newest one is New Zealand Economic Housing Disastrous Economic Takeover. So check it out when you guys get a chance. Check out all these cool videos I have here for you guys that I have made for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.